You're wasting runs if you don't use this Dark Castle setup to get Josh's constant. Here's the exact way to spend the required 40k plus cash on one Spike Factory and get the hidden achievement. Quick facts first. Josh's constant is a hidden achievement that unlocks when you complete chimps on any expert map while having a single Spike Factory with a total value of 40,870 cash or more. In practice, the easiest route is to buy a 205 or 025 Spike Factory with no discount applied. Dark Castle is the recommended map because it's long, easy and has only one lane at the end, which makes perma spike placement very easy and reliable on chimps. The plan is simple. Get a single 205 Spike Factory that costs more than the threshold, it's actually 4,880 cash. Make sure it is non-discounted when you buy it, otherwise you won't get the achievement, and then finish the chimps game. The achievement checks the total spent on that single Spike Factory, so don't use monkey business or monkey commerce discounts. So this is how we want to do it. We want to place down a sub as close into this corner here at the bridge as possible. And then we want to place a wizard monkey about here so that we can fit Oben between the sub and the wizard monkey later on. These two towers should be able to handle the first few rounds until we can get the twin guns for our sub. So yeah, we will just save some cash for the twin guns now. There we go. And next up is a druid, and we want to place a druid on the left side of the wizard monkey. If you want to make sure that you really don't die, then slow down the round when you almost have enough cash for the druid, which will be just about now, and then place a druid as soon as possible next to that wizard monkey here, before this rush of blue balloons comes. And now we should be able to save some cash for Oben. That is exactly what we're gonna do now. So I will again slow down the round here, because I want to get Oben down as soon as possible actually, so that he can already get the level up from this round. And now that we have down Oben, I want to put this druid on strong. And now that we have Oben on level 3, we want to spam his ability every time it is ready. That just makes sure we don't die here. So every time his first ability is ready, we'll just use it to be as safe as possible. Next up is actually already a Spike Factory, just about here, so that it will drop down the spikes at the very end of the track. We will leave the Spike Factory like this for now, because it is only supposed to handle the camo balloons alongside Oben's bushes. And the next thing we want to do is get Fireball and the Wall of Fire for our wizard. So we'll do this. And now that we have the Wall of Fire, we now need to get Intense Magic and Monkey Sense, but keep on using Oben's bush if possible. For now. Now you don't have to use Oben's bush anymore, but I will still use it because, as you just saw, there will be some rounds with Purple Bloons, and they could get a little bit tricky, because our main defense right now is the Wall of Fire, and that can't pop Purple Bloons. So next up is upgrading our sub to Airburst darts, but only Airburst darts and not further. We will get the longer range and the advanced intel though. Now with Oben and the Wall of Fire we can also pop the lead balloons, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. And what I want to do now is put down two Dark Monkeys, one here and one over here, and both upgraded to longer range and enhanced eyesight. This ensures that our sub can see all the way there and can also see camo balloons. And now we need to get triple guns for our sub. And also an alchemist. So that is what I want to do now. Get an alchemist right about here behind Oben. And we want to get that alchemist to a 300 for now. So we're safe for the Berserker Brew, and afterwards for the faster throwing. There we have our Berserker Brew. Now we only need the faster throwing and we should pretty much be safe for the mob. The only thing I want to do before the mob comes in though is remove the trees up here so that our sub can actually see the mob earlier. So let's remove them right now. And now we will actually already upgrade our spike factory a little bit. And that will be, like I said in the beginning, a permaspike. So now in round 40 we definitely have to use Oben's Bush and also upgrade the spike factory to long life spikes. That should be enough to pop the mob, yes exactly, and carry on. Now that we have the long life spikes, I also want bigger stacks and white hot spikes for our spike factory. And next up is actually our wizard monkey that wants to be a dragon's breath. So let's save for that. There we go, there we have our dragon's breath. And now that we have that, I only need to upgrade our druid before moving on to our next defensive tower. The druid will only go to a 1-3-0. Next up is actually a monkey buccaneer, because for the middle game I do want to have a carrier flagship, and that is exactly what we're gonna do. So we'll place down the buccaneer, and then we want to get down a village as well. That village will be placed as close to the track as possible, so around here. And it will go to double discount. And we'll place another village down. And that will also be upgraded to a 002. And now that we have those two villages, we can upgrade our buccaneer to a 3-2-0. Now that we have the 3-2-0, I want to upgrade this village to radar scanner first of all, to just give him some camera protection. Now that that's done, we need an alchemist for our buccaneer, because that will be very important. The alchemist will be placed a little bit off the track, because there will be another tower added there. And it will only be upgraded to a 3-2-0 for now. And now we have to save a lot of cash for the aircraft carrier and the eventual carrier flagship, so we will do that now. Now that we have the cash, we will upgrade our buccaneer to an aircraft carrier. And I am aware that we won't get the carrier flagship before around 63, but that won't be any problem. We will get it at around 66 maybe. We will be able to handle around 63 like this. It won't be a big of a problem. But first of all, we want to get down an ice monkey. And this will actually be one of our main damage dealers later on. An ice monkey. Yes, you heard that right. Because the super brittle has been buffed a lot. So for now we only want to get ice shards and deep freeze for our ice monkey. But it will be upgraded later on to a super brittle. Now we have to save up our cash for our aircraft carrier though. So let's do that. And keep attention for round 63, because it can still be pretty tough. But I'm positive we will handle it. I will place Oben's Wall of Tree though right there, in case anything slips through. But it looks really good. As you can see, we are able to easily take care of these ceramics due to our ice monkey and our aircraft carrier. So now we'll just save up cash for our carrier flagship, and I guess I'll see you when I have that cash. So here we are on around 74, and we can afford our carrier flagship finally. And now that we have the carrier flagship, I want to upgrade our spike factory next. So our next big spending will be the perma spike on our spike factory, but first of all we obviously have to get deadly spikes. So let's save for that, and afterwards for the perma spikes. There we have deadly spikes, and now, like I said, we just want to get the perma spikes next. First of all, I want to get rid of all the trees though, so that our little aces from our little planes from the aircraft carrier, from the carrier flagship, can already attack all the mobs and the balloons when they enter the map. So I guess we won't have to do anything until we get the permaspike now, so I guess I'll see you when I've got the money. So there we go, here we have our permaspike, and now that we have the permaspike, I want to get down a monkey village and upgrade it to jungle drums for permaspike because it will need a lot of attack speed. I want to get as many permaspikes there as possible. But now that we have that, we want to upgrade this one village that is not on a radar scanner to not only jungle drums, but also to primary training for now. And now that we have all that, the next thing we want to do is get embrittlement for our ice monkey, then the stronger stimulant for our alchemist, and after that we'll save up cash for the super brittle. So let's first of all get the stronger stimulant, and then we can save up some cash. There we have our stronger stimulant, and like last time, we won't have to lift a finger until we have the money for super brittle, so just let it run through until you have the 30k for the super brittle, and I'll see you when we have that. So here we are in around 96, and we finally got enough money for a super brittle, so we'll just get it. And as you can see, all the mobs get instantly deleted as soon as they reach the super brittle. It is just crazy what this guy is doing now. And now that we actually have the super brittle, we want to go for primary mentoring as well. And now we'll just save some cash. And to be honest, you don't have to do anything anymore for the rest of the run. You will be fine until the end of round 100. But we might actually get one more tower, depending on how much money we actually get in the last 2 rounds now. And I think it should be enough, so what I want to get now is get one more sub, upgrade it to a first strike capability, and we will actually manage to get that. That will make round 100 a lot easier. But to be honest, we won't need it. I will still use it, because I just like to play it really safe. But our stack of permaspikes is so big that we won't have any problem there. And as you can see, all the stuff just dies. And this is how to get Josh's constant very easily. If this video helped, then please leave a like and subscribe to not miss any future guides, and let me know in the comments which guide I should make next. I'll see you in the next one.